with Bryce Bridges.
And Alex Hammond, where we talk all about basketball. In today's episode, we will dive into who the real GOAT is.
It's been a big debate for the longest time now, and I think it's time that we settle who the real GOAT is. If you have been a basketball fan for any amount of time, then you probably already know who we are talking about, and that is Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Whether you believe MJ or LeBron is a GOAT, there is no true answer right now. However, in today's episode of Hooptalk, we will give two different point of views to maybe persuade your decision. Alright, Bryce, I want to start us off with a few questions I have for you. So, who do you think the real GOAT is?
I think it's LeBron James.
Well, why do you think LeBron's the GOAT?
He's just an all-around better player. I mean, honestly, whenever you look at the shooting, he's a better shooter. He's just an all-around better playmaker as well. And he can just do anything with that height and build that he has. He's an all-around great player on the court and a great attribute to your team.
Well, let's dive into the specifics. Who do you think the better all-around scorer is?
Honestly, I think it was LeBron. I mean, he's a great shooter, and no one can do his signature move. I mean, come on.
I mean, well, if we look at the titles as far as they go, Jordan has had 10 scoring titles in his career, while LeBron has only had 1.
Well, Jordan's also been on a super team his whole career, and that just honestly conflicts that problem.
I'm going to have to disagree. I really don't think Jordan was on a super team. He kind of led his team to be who they were. I mean, Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen really wouldn't have been, where they are if it wasn't for Jordan. I mean, he's the reason that they became who they were, and I mean, as far as the super team goes, Jordan has only had 1 All-Star teammate in his whole career.
I mean, but when you look at LeBron and his team, I mean, think back a few years back to the finals versus the Warriors. LeBron was facing Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant. Who else would be able to face that and win against that team with the team that LeBron had?
I think the 90s Bulls could easily beat them. But, in the 80s and 90s, it was definitely a more defensive-oriented era. I mean, a lot of the teams Jordan was playing was, just great at defense.
Well, I also just think the offense has gotten tremendously a lot better. So I think that's also a key attribute to that as well.
Well, let's stick to the defense. Who do you think the better defender is?
I mean, I'm going to have to go with LeBron, honestly. I mean, he was an outstanding defensive player.
I mean, yeah, but Jordan has appeared in the all-defense first team 9 times, while LeBron has appeared 5 times.
Well, James can defend all 5 positions on the floor. And while defensively he is not what he used to be, he once was one of the most complete defensive players in NBA history.
And also, Jordan has won the steals title 3 times and a Defensive Player of the Year in 1988.
Well, I just think LeBron may have not been as good at steals as he is in Jordan, but I mean, he can defend all 5 positions, which means he can get boards. He's just big and fast. He can still move up and down the court and against the players. I mean, I just think he was just an all-around good defender.
You think LeBron can move up and down the court more than MJ?
I mean, maybe not, but actually, yes, I do.
I mean, if you look at the old footage, I mean, it's like Jordan just takes a few steps and he's already down to the other side. I mean, his athleticism is crazy.
LeBron also is athletic as well.
All right, well, let's talk about the shooting. Who do you think the more efficient shooter was?
I mean, I think it was LeBron. I mean, inside the three-point line, James has shot over 54% for his career, while Jordan was around 51%. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but Jordan has had 9 seasons with a shooting percentage over 50%, while LeBron has only had 7 of those seasons.
I still just think LeBron's just the better shooter.
Okay, then. Well, who do you think the better leader was on the court?
I mean, James has made everyone better around him. I mean, the first Cavs team he helped get to the finals had no business even being there. They were not talked about. They were not known until James just went in there and led them to the finals.
Yeah, but Jordan led his team to 6 championships and never lost one, while LeBron didn't play up to par at times when his team needed him to be a leader.
Jordan may have been a better leader, but LeBron was way more versatile than Jordan.
I mean, I'd have to disagree with that because Jordan showed his ability to be a primary ball handler and be dominant on all ends of the floor at the shooting guard and small forward position throughout his whole career.
LeBron's also playing in his 20th career. And to me, that's just crazy. I mean, Jordan could not do that. And for LeBron to be as consistent as he is, he's been his whole career, and he's still doing that while he's still old. I mean, that's just something to think about. I mean,
I really don't think consistent would be the right word when, referring to his longevity because it's pretty obvious that the guy is starting to get worse and worse as he keeps playing.
but he's still continuing his good stats and all around ability to be a great shooter, playmaker, defensive player, all on the court.
Well, in the shorter period of time that MJ was in his prime, I think, he would just made a bigger impact than LeBron did. I mean, he won 6 finals MVPs in all 6 of his championship wins, and LeBron's only won 4.
Well, LeBron also has had like plenty playoff triple doubles, and could Jordan do that?
I mean, Jordan had 5 MVPs. LeBron had 4. And he's had a longer career than Jordan has.
Fair. LeBron just plays in a different era. I mean, I just think these players today are just their capability of playing basketball, and they're just overall better than what they used to be.
Well, I think Jordan's, he inspires more. He has a bigger influence on people than LeBron has. I mean, his passion and commitment to basketball inspired a whole generation of new players and fans.
All right, well, you may be right. But at the end of the day, who you believe the greatest player of all time is, it all comes down to what you, the viewer, thinks. Whether that's LeBron, Jordan, Wilt, Kareem, or any other basketball player, maybe this episode of Hoop Talk will help you decide. Thank you for all listening, and stay tuned for more episodes to Buford Stinger website.